So this comes down to two things to me. First of all, to change your perspective about what work is, and to change how you think about what are you doing at work. Welcome back to one more time and one more episode of Imparables. My name is Jose Miguel Taramona. I'm director of Ludus Mastery. And today in this podcast, we're going to talk about something that I think everybody's guilty of, which is work guilt, and how this affects us and why this happened and how can we combat, or how can we deal with this, right? So before we start, please try to subscribe in our social media. Try to check us out, Spotify, iPodcast, YouTube, and all of that. Leave us a thumbs up and subscribe. And let's start with the subject. So who's not guilty of work guilt? And that's a start question that I want to say, because I think everybody at one point that have worked so hard all the time, every time, it becomes like a modus operandi. And then when the work becomes a modus operandi and you all the time are in the same a high level of competence in your work, you're an entrepreneur, business owner, you're trying to build a business, you are a salesman, this really becomes a way of living. So this way of living is actually really interesting, because it makes you accomplish a lot of things, but it gets to the point that things start changing and you start like feeling more and more calm, more and more less things to do. And then you start growing, your team start growing, you start growing, or you have commitment with someone, or you don't finish the stuff, and you start feeling, oh my God, I need to rest because I'm so tired. For all of you that are single entrepreneurs over there, but I need to answer this email. I don't know who's not being guilty of that. The other thing is like you are all the time probably with people, and you see your people working, and your son or your daughter have a practice at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and you go over there, but you're thinking about, oh my God, I feel bad because I am not working. Or you see your team working hard, and one day you decide to go, and then you're still feeling guilty because you are not working or producing or being productive, right? That's how we interpret that guilt. So it's things that's where it comes down with work guilt. Is when you are not physically working or physically doing something for your work, because any other activity that you are doing and you feel guilt with it. And the problem to this is you feel guilt and you feel bad about it, because that could bring you to overwhelm or to burnout, and then you are not served to anybody. You cannot serve anybody. You're not a good servant of your team, of your family, of your relationships. Right, so one of the things that I really want to talk about and to get this is like, I used to feel that so much. I used to work all the time when I started working on sales, and I was working on sales, building a sales team. The sales team got really strong and really foundational, very, very, very structured. And it got to the point that my job started to change more than from being a salesman to a manager to a business owner. And when that transition occurs, you don't realize, or we are not aware of that to when that happens. And that's when all these feelings start coming up. I suddenly start having more time with my family. I suddenly start more time with my kids. I suddenly start more time for other relationships, but at work. And to me, that caused a lot of guilt, right? I remember one day I was in vacation, and I was thinking about, oh, I wonder how my people is. I wonder how my team is at work. And those things, we have to learn how to create a sustainable but a healthy balance, no work-life balance, but in our thoughts. Okay, how do we think this is something that will help us instead to actually not serve us? So this comes down to two things to me. First of all, to change your perspective about what work is, and to change how you think about what are you doing at work. And really good things, you have an org chart, and then do you know what your responsibilities are? Are you planning? Do you know what you have to accomplish that day? That used to happen to me a lot because I didn't plan. And I didn't know what am I gonna do that day? What do I have to accomplish that day? And now with strategic planning, you have to put even what are you doing every day? What you need to accomplish that day? What is the most important thing that you have to accomplish that day in order to accomplish your objective or your goal or your priority of the week, and in order to achieve the priority of the month, and in order to achieve the priority of the year. So all your planning has to come down in order to the singularity of a day. So number one, just focus in planning, I think is really important. The number two, that what I'll say that is important is your mindset, which one goes in number one, number two goes together probably, and it's about what work means to you. Like work is all the time the tools, because work could be in the creating space. As a business owners, we are in a creative stage. As a business owner, we are in the position in which we have to look at the business in other ways, right? You cannot be looking as a manager, or you're an entrepreneur. You cannot be looking at it as a technician. You're a single entrepreneur, you do the three of them, but you have to understand when you are each role, right? That's why it's really important also to create your org chart. But what works means to you, work doesn't mean being busy all the time. So the third thing comes with that about to be busy. It's two things here. Or you work above the line, or you work below the line. Or you are busy, or you are productive. Busy is a person that all the time is busy, that doesn't have time to anything because they believe you have to be doing that all the time. However, in other terms, being productive is having accomplished something every time that you work. So it has to be with planning. So my question to you, you are there, you're a single entrepreneur, you are a business owner, you have a restaurant, construction, you're an immigrant like me and you run businesses. Are you planning? Are you being productive, or you being busy? The people that is busy is the people that responds for what is loud. What is loud? The loudest thing that comes, something screams in your business, you go over there and you take action of it. The people that is productive responds for the things that are priorities, the things that are important. So talking about that is actually a method to understand what are important or what's urgent. It's called the Eisenhower method. And you have quadrants, Eisenhower quadrants, and you can actually determine in your planning what's most important, what's urgent important, what's important. So those things are tools that actually can help you. But I mean, for you, it's really for all of us, is the work guilt comes because we're being busy and we're not being productive. Work guilt comes when we don't have a clear understanding of what our work is. And the last thing to all is that, like, you don't serve as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a husband or wife, as a partner, as a son as a father or as a mother, if you don't give to yourself. So fill up your cup. Find the things that actually make you feel joy, and create the space for you to have that. Because you are not a good leader if you don't give to yourself. In order to give to others, you have to give to yourself. So think about in your lifestyle, if you're an entrepreneur, you're an immigrant like me, and you're a salesman, or you are a single entrepreneur, you have a business, you have many businesses, do you have that time for yourself? And understand that this is not about work and life. This is about a lifestyle. And your lifestyle is being a business owner. So having those spaces for you to reconnect, to recharge, to actually fill your cup are one of the things that are most important in every person that is successful. All right, peoples. I hope this is actually work for you. I hope this answers a couple of questions. Please, thank you very much for watching and taking the time. Put the thumbs up. Please leave the comments if you have any questions. Right here at Ludus Master, we're really committed to help any entrepreneur that is starting, that is have a small and medium business and want to expand and grow their business. So all these concepts is actually something that hit every single entrepreneur, and it hits every single business owner. So see you in the next episode of Imparables.